Howdy, howdy, howdy. Happy to be here and happy you're here with me. And if you're new here and enjoy this content, I hope you'll subscribe. My name is Heather. This is Southern Gals Crochet. Welcome. Okay, so we're this is take 2. First take, my batteries died, and for some reason that messed up the video. So I have to start over. Let's hope I can remember everything I was supposed to talk about. Alright, so this is a recap of what happened at my last event on Saturday and what I have done since then. Okay, last Saturday was my market at the museum. It was their spring market. They're going to have a quarterly market, so this was the first one of the spring. And boy, let me tell you, it was windy. So windy. It was so windy that most of the people didn't even bother to show up. There were supposed to be 13 vendors. 7 of us showed up. And one guy, as soon as he was putting his canopy up, he decided he was no match for the wind, so he took it back down and went home. Just like that. And so that left 6 of us. And it was me, cookies, this lady who did cookies, 2 pottery people, and a food vendor. I do believe it was ice cream, and one other person, paintings, I think. And anyway, the wind was so drastic that hubby, he staked it down, he weighted it down, and then he tied it down with bricks. That frame was not going anywhere, but that canopy, all the way around, it attaches to the frame by 2 little knobs that slide into the little tabs from the canopy. And one of those tabs, it was putting so much strain on it where it was sewn in. The square unit that it was sewn into was almost completely undone. Excuse me. Almost completely undone by the end of the day. That was windy. It was so much strain on that canopy from the wind that I kept an eye on it. I was like, oh, it's gonna go any minute. But thankfully, I do have a spare canopy just in case something bad does happen. I have one sitting there waiting for its turn. By the end of the day, I was the only one left. It was a day that, it was a little bit busy, then it slowed down, and then a little bit busy, and it slowed down, and then a little bit busy. There was like three busy points, and that was it throughout the day. And by the time it got to just after the second busy point, most of the vendors had given up. And so by the end of the day, it was just me. And I did okay. I did better last year in November, but that's not a fair comparison because that was right before Christmas, and that's usually the busiest time of the year anyway. So not a fair comparison. This was their spring market, their very first spring market. And, you know, so word really hasn't gotten out yet about it. And then, of course, they're struggling to get vendors to actually show up. And anyway, so my expectations for the event were on the lower side, around $200. And I didn't quite make it to the $200 mark. I made it to $170 for a 6-hour event. And let's see, let me put my glasses on so I can get this right. It was $50 on Square and $120 in cash. So completely the opposite from last time. Last time was mostly Square. I did pay hubby $25 because he does work very hard. I mean, I'm a big girl and I have knee issues. And he's a tall, lanky thing, but he has hip issues. So between the two of us, we worked really hard to get that going. So he deserves what I give him. He deserves more, but that's what he's getting. So it was $25 to get in, so I came out of it with $145. I sold 11 items, and the best sellers were the small rabbits and 2 cats. One was a love cat, one was an easy cat. And that's pretty much it. I do plan to do that event again, just because I want to stay local as much as I can, even if it means I have to work a little harder to make ends meet. I just, instead of working 2 weekends, I will work 3 weekends, maybe even 4, just to get things done. But I also have to take in consideration that my stock has seriously declined, so I have to restock as quickly as I can. And that's been a challenge as well. So that's how that went. Next weekend, not next weekend, the weekend after I think it's the 29th, I have an event. I was kind of pretty excited to get in on this one. This is the car show, and it is in support of the local school. It's a religious school. Not sure what religion, but anyway, it supports the local school, and that's all I need to know. It is, like I said, on the 29th, it is 0 to get in, so that's wonderful, and they're just, wanting people to spread the word, and hopefully we can have a pretty good event. And I'm not really going to put a big estimate on how much I'm going to make there, just because it's brand new and I have no idea how it's going to turn out. But I'm going to put a low estimate of 200 on it, just to be safe. All right, so what have I been up to since that Saturday? Okay. Well, that Saturday I did 2 bees while I was there, and I started a long-eared bunny, and So Sunday, I finished the long-eared bunny. And I absolutely love this yarn. It's the Bernat Frosted. It's kind of a pinky color. And I just love how that turned out. And then, while I was there at the museum, they informed me they had one item left, one mammoth left. And so I was like, well, I don't have anything in my inventory at this time as far as dinosaurs go. My hair is bugging me. And I asked her if there was anything in my shop that she thought she might want in the museum. And so she chose a dozen roses. So I have here a dozen roses. And they're just all over the place, but a big old dozen of roses for the museum. And that took me pretty much the day. Let's see, I finished this on Sunday. This was all Monday. And then I don't even know what today is. I think today's Wednesday. So Tuesday and nothing this morning. Okay, so Tuesday, this is what I made. So my lady who passed away, her bestie from college, they've been best friends all this time, like super tight since college. And she requested 2 sloths. And so I have to show you these really cute, super in slow motion, super duper cute sloths. Oh, how cute is that? They're so stinking cute. It is unreal. This is not my pattern. This pattern is, I bought it on Etsy, and it is from Arlette Kowo. It's ARLETKOWO. That's the name of her shop. I cannot say it. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. And but anyway, she has a lot of cute patterns. Your basic simple crochet as you go body pattern, you know. I did do some slight modifications, very slight. I decreased around in the nose, I decreased around in the body, and I didn't do the back loops only on the white and brown. I used acrylic yarn on the eyes after trying 3 different times to do the eyes. I ended up finding some acrylic yarn to do with, and I added these extra lines for features. I did the claws different than she has in the pattern. I just did a surface crochet on those instead of individual ones. But all in all, it was very easy, and oh my god, so stinking cute. Like, seriously, so cute. And then I kind of played around with my new little toy. I've been trying to learn how to do I-cord wire art, And so my attempt at a carrot, not quite there. And of course I probably should have had orange across the top, but I'm trying to practice how to change colors. It's not as easy as you would think. It's actually kind of hard. So that's where I'm at on that. That I want to eventually get good enough to have some items in my shop, but it takes lots of practice. Right now, I am currently working on 2 giraffes for the museum as well. The all I got so far is legs, but I'm going to do 2 of those large giraffes that I did recently, and we'll see how things go from there. I got a lot of work to do, a lot of work to do, and but thankfully I don't have a show this weekend, so hubby gets to relax, and I am going to crochet for the museum, and then next week I'm going to work on crocheting for my booth. So that's how that's going to go. I will see y'all, I don't know when, eventually, someday. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm cracking myself up here. And Bill and I have been joking around, so I'm so scatterbrained and cracking myself up. All right. I guess that's it. I will see y'all next time. All right. Bye-bye.